Hi, and welcome to another dose of virtual vitamin Z. This is DZTV for the week of November 2nd, 2020. I'm your co-host, Stephen.
And I'm your co-host, Claire. Let's get started with some Detroit Zoological Society updates. Stephen, what do we have this week?
Well, National Bison Day is on Saturday, November 7th. And that means that on Friday, we will have some special bison-themed educational lessons. And there will also certainly be some photos and videos of the bison who live at the zoo this week. So I'm really excited to see those. Bison are an incredible animal, and I think it's going to be a great time.
I'm pretty jealous of them this time of year. They're growing in like that extra fur to kind of keep them warm throughout the winter, and I'm usually pretty typical cold during the winter, so I'm a little jealous of some of those adaptations they have.
I walked by their habitat today and they seemed perfectly content, even though it was windy and pretty chilly.
You know, every time I walk by their habitat, as just as I'm like departing their habitat, I turn around and I say, "Bye, son." In other news, our fall winter hours begin today. So starting today, we'll be open from 10 until 4. So make sure we're still doing those timed entry for members and for tickets. So make sure you log on to DetroitZoo.org before you come out. Still a great time of year to come out and visit the zoo. We're supposed to have great weather towards the end of the week. A lot of the animals are up and active during the cooler fall weather. And then make sure you're making it out for those first couple snowfalls once we get them. The animals are usually very active around those times as well.
I was thinking about it, Claire. I know that our hours are, where there are a few hours that we're open, but the zoo is equally amazing. And so if you think about it, amazingness per hour is actually increasing. So that's one way to think about these new hours.
I like that. I like your kind of math. I can get behind that kind of math.
All right, as we announced last week, Wildlight's tickets are now on sale. So if you want to visit this show, and we strongly encourage you to, it's going to be an amazing show this year. Go ahead and visit the Detroit Zoo's website to reserve your tickets. Wildlight starts on November 20th.
Lots of measures in place to make sure that it's a safe, family-friendly experience. So do check out those tickets and get them before they go, because there are limited capacities this year. All right, if you participated in last week's quest, here are the clues. I found sanctuary at the Detroit Zoo. My name is similar to that of a famous ancient human. If I sense danger, I may lay down or run very fast. And you can find this week's scene near my favorite hangout. And we were talking about Hannibal the ostrich. And we made a little ostrich out of pine cones and pipe cleaners here. And that little critter has been out near the Hannibal's favorite spot, which is just across from the snow monkey habitat. So if you haven't checked it out yet, we'll leave it up for a few more days. And then we'll tuck him back inside. Stephen, back to you.
All right, let's go over to the Belle Isle Nature Center for this week's Notes from the Nature Center with Amy.
Hey, I'm Amy Green, Nature Center's director with Detroit Zoological Society. I'm here at the Belle Isle Nature Center with an upcycling project that feels just right for this time of year when the days are getting cooler and the thought of crackling cozy campfires seems just about right. I'm going to show you how to make a fire starter with things that you likely already have around your home. It'll look like this by the time that we're done. So all you need are 3 very simple materials, and it's 3 very simple steps. You're going to need dryer lint, cardboard tubes, you know where to find these, and some wax paper. All right, so step 1 is to stuff your tube with the dryer lint. This is a good project to do outside if the weather is nice, just because that lint is so dusty. All right, so our tube is nice and stuffed. And the next step is to wrap the tube with the wax paper. You see what I'm doing here? I'm holding down one end just so that I can wrap it a little tighter all the way and twist the ends nice and tight. Almost looks like a kind of an old-fashioned piece of candy. And step 3 is more of a safety measure. Just make sure you store it in a cool, dry place until you're ready to use it. And as always, practice safety and caution when you're involved with fire. So that's it. a great way to repurpose your old dryer lint and cardboard tubes into something really useful. So take care, be safe, and we hope to see you again one day soon at the Belle Isle Nature Center.
Great
Awesome.
update from the Nature Center. Stephen, I'm so excited. Animal Live Cam Plays of the Week is back.
Yep, they're back. We've been compiling the footage, we've been reviewing the tape, and we are good to go for the fall/winter season of Animal Live Cam Plays of the Week. Let's roll that footage. Here we go. It's the first Animal Live Cam Plays of the Week for the fall/winter animal sports season, and we have new animals, new sports, and it's all very exciting. Starting off at number 3, we have river otter water sliding. Now, we have one of the river otters who lives at the Detroit Zoo revving up, then doing a great job sliding down, getting a nice deep dive, and coming back to the surface. Let's watch that one more time in slow motion. He sees the camera, then starts revving up by moving his left front paw, does a nice job walking down, transitions into a slide, great form, hardly any splash, gets all the way to the bottom of the pool, and then comes back up. Number 2, we have grizzly bear competitive eating. Now, to give this some context, there are 3 rescued grizzly bear brothers who live at the Detroit Zoo. And you can see right here, this is Boo. And Boo was just given some food, but he doesn't want his food. He wants his brother Thor's food. So he goes over and fights Thor for some of that food. But watch what happens here. As they're both distracted, look at what Mike is doing. Mike sees the opportunity to sneak in. He's finished his food and very slowly walks up, still knowing that Boo and Thor are distracted, and samples some of their food. Now, this is great situational awareness. He does an excellent job of being able to eat his own food while also keeping his head on a swivel, noticing this opportunity and then capitalizing on this opportunity. And it's situational awareness like this that makes him one of the best competitors that I've seen in this sport of grizzly bear competitive eating. Great job, Mike. Moving on to number 1. Number 1, we have European Wolverine Wrestling. We have Yarrow and Janice, the 2 European Wolverines who live at the Detroit Zoo. And it looks like Janice is getting the upper hand here, trying to tackle Yarrow by jumping on his back. They get into a bit of a lock here, and it seems like it's anybody's match right now. But Janice is able to get back on her feet and recover that position. Great job. Now here's some more footage of it again, and again it looks like we have Janice as the instigator here, getting an upper hand on Yarrow, which is, again, pretty amazing to see, jumping on his back, trying to tackle him that way, doing a bit of a somersault forward, and then finally here again we can see that it's a bit of a locked match, but regardless of who wins, this is just great form, great intensity, really fun to watch. Back to you, Claire, for the feature story.
I am really excited to be sharing this. This week we will have virtual learning labs up and available for all of our community partners in schools, so teachers, homeschools. We have more content ready for you this week. So we broke these down into a couple different categories, knowing that our schooling system is changing on almost a daily, if not hourly basis, from remote learning to hybrid learning to face-to-face learning. So we've designed these to fit any of those different circumstances. So very shortly, like I said, this week, if you click on the education tab at DetroitZoo.org, you can sort out what type of experience works best for you. If you want something that's asynchronous or synchronous, the different learning levels and some of the different subjects. And I picked out just a couple things to highlight for everyone. We're doing Zoom to the classroom. So through a Zoom chat, we'll be able to present and share information live and interact with students in the classroom, which we're really excited about. We've really missed the opportunity to engage with a lot of classrooms, so this is going to bring us back to the classrooms wherever they are. So again, these will work whether the kids are all in a classroom together at school. If they're at home, we can accommodate any of those different situations. And we've broken them down into a couple different series based on conservation, animal welfare, and sustainability. So you'll be able to scroll through those and see which fits best with some of the curriculum that you're working on, as all of them do meet state standards. We've also developed two really robust units. One's focusing on Isle Royale wolves. It's a case study, and this is all a website-based experience. It's pretty in-depth, a lot of different information, and students will progress through at their own pace or in small groups, studying about the Isle Royale wolves, which is the longest predator-prey relationship study on Earth. So there's a ton of information in there. It's all based off of real data, all really exciting things. We also have a website that's based on Detroit Zoological Society careers and skill building for careers. So that one will also be ready to go. And then for students who aren't in a traditional classroom setting, maybe they're maybe they're homeschooled, maybe they're in pods this year as they're kind of navigating this new learning system. We're also doing monthly Zoom with the zoos that you can register for individual links. And we'll have a different topic each month. Our first one is November 18th, and we'll be focusing on tigers. So this will be available for registration here sometime this week as well. So lots of new virtual learning labs for our school partners, which we're really excited about.
Yeah, and I will say that, Claire and a team of our educators have been working on this for the past couple months and put a lot of time and effort and passion and dedication into it. And I think that those really shine through as you experience the programming. So definitely check that out.
All right, let's jump over to our virtual education program previews. What do we have coming up this week?
All right, well, Monday, November 2nd, as always at 11 a.m., this is DZTV with Claire and Steven. And then at 4 p.m., I'll be back with Trivia Monday on animal welfare and conservation.
Awesome. Tuesday, Danae's back with Be Aware, Not Afraid. This one's focused on spiders. And then in the afternoon, Akila's going to be doing a virtual habitat chat focusing on guanacos.
Wednesday, David will be sharing a wildlife adventure story at 11 a.m. And then at 4 p.m., Barbie will have a new episode of Animinute on Sunny the Mimic Dart Frog.
I caught a preview of this one, and it's pretty spectacular. I have a soft spot for frogs, though, so I might be a little bit biased. Thursday morning, we're going to start the day off at 11 with a virtual habitat chat out at the European Wolverines with Sandy. Anybody who's still like getting over the MSU U of M game, watch this one at your own risk. 4 p.m. things to look for on a winter hike with Mike. So make sure you tune in and see what Mike has to share with us this week.
And then Friday, Zara will be giving a virtual habitat chat at the North American River Otter Habitat. And then Brad, to celebrate Bison Day on Saturday, will be giving his 4 o'clock lesson on the differences between buffalo and bison, which are actually two distinct species. So I'm really excited to learn more about how to make that distinction.
Yeah, they're commonly interchanged. So I think it'll be a great topic to cover. Looking forward to watching it. All right, let's go over to our special weather correspondent to see what the weather's like this week.
Well, today's special weather correspondent is Graupel. Graupel, also known as soft hail or snow pellets, is a precipitation that forms when supercooled water droplets are collected and freeze on falling snowflakes. So, as you can see, the seasons have started to change. I know it's technically still fall, but as we can see, it is soon to be winter. Back to you.
All right, everybody, that's everything for this week for DZTV. Make sure you tune in on Facebook this week for more educational programming. And until we see you next week, stay healthy, Detroit.